In this video, you can expect both the winner of the whale account giveaway that we had previous, as well as an explanation as to why I'm doing the free-to-play account and some free-to-play account information on what's going to be coming up in the future. I'll give you a quick TLDR, which is we're doing the free-to-play account as the game has changed significantly. There are, I would say, more rewards now for free-to-play, and I think it would be best to put myself into a free-to-play newer person's shoes in order to be able to help you start the game and be better at the game more efficiently and have my brain in the correct mentality early, so I don't just look at the gear I have, the characters I have, and say, you should be able to beat this. We're actually going to do it from the hard perspective so you guys can watch progress.
Welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Darth Microtransactions channel, and we're gonna have some fun tonight. Welcome back.
If you guys didn't know, I did a whale versus free-to-play series before, but they got completely ruined because what happened is we pulled Santa Claus, Cold Heart, Skull Crusher, and like just a whole bunch of I think we even got Madame or something, like a whole bunch of godly, legendary tier characters, literally like the first week. And it kind of just like killed the hype of a free-to-play account. It's like, what's the point of starting with ridiculous characters and then playing it? We're going to be doing this again. I gave away that previous account because I didn't want an account totally stacked for the free-to-play. It's not what we're trying to do. I used to be a whale. Now it's time to play the game. No money at all starting day one. And the goal of this is we're going to play this account until we can clear the Doom Tower on normal. Once we've fully completed the Doom Tower on normal, I will be giving away this account to you guys once again, just like I did my last free-to-play account and just like we do tons of accounts on this channel. If that's something you're interested in, all you have to do is be a subscriber to get into the giveaway of this account, but it's not going to be for a little bit as we need to go ahead and try to complete our journey. Now, I'm not going to do the most boring stuff, the most predictable stuff from the beginning. I'm actually going to pick Etho this time because I've done Kel and everyone does Kel and always recommends Kel. That's totally fine. I kind of want to do a few different things this time. I'm going to be focusing on characters that maybe aren't the most used, that maybe don't get much love, and just try to work on those. I'm not necessarily going to be ripping off Cobra with like all his uncommons and, you know, all those things, but I'm going to try to look at characters for myself that I enjoy, that I think have potential, and give them a shot, okay? And we'll just see how that goes. That being said, it's going to be quite difficult, but I'm looking forward to the challenge as at least it's something new with new content instead of just pumping out the same old, here's the top 5 rares for this month. All right, and let's all be good sports. The last person to win the most recent whale account giveaway, this was a $5,000 account, is this guy. I don't actually know how to pronounce his name. Mahal Escu Razvan. Anyway, he's been a sub for 11 months, so I'm going to go ahead and give him a heart and tell him he won. But on top of it, I want to let you guys know, contact me on Discord. You won. But on top of it, I'm going to remove the requirement for a bell in order to do the giveaway. I actually did some research, and apparently something weird is happening on my channel where I bet a bunch of you are actually experiencing this, where it's not letting you hit the bell on my channel for some reason. I guess this is something that happens to channels. It's just like a random glitch, and the only way to actually be able to have the bell on is you have to unsub, then resub, then hit the bell, which is just weird, and I'm not even going to bother with it, so you just have to be a sub. Don't worry about the bell anymore. Okay, so we're going to start with Etho. The reason is she has a weaken on her on her basic attack already. I actually think weaken is going to be very useful early because it's kind of hard to get a weaken character better than just getting some poisons. I think there's a lot more decent poisoners now, and I think Kel maybe lost some utility just from the beginning, though you're welcome to argue that if you want. I also like this move here, attacks all enemies, extra 15% chance of critical hit. I think that might help with AoE coming into the game later, and then this here, increased attack, increased defense, gains an extra turn is good as well because you can do it before the AoE. I actually find her decent in arena early, which I think is going to be important. And if you look at the aura here, we get the ally HP in all battles by 15%. So it's not a bad pick for the beginning. Obviously, Kel is the one people normally pick because you get the poison, etc. But I actually think Kel falls off fairly quickly because it's 2.5% poison on the basic, and then you get the 5% here, so you actually don't want him basicing by the time you have 5% poisons. And for that reason, I think we're going to be picking Etho today. And of course, it's going to walk us through all the beginning stuff, the fragment summons, the normal summons, all the garbage that you have to do right in the beginning of the game. As far as I'm aware, there is not anything new yet in the game. In the beginning, it's pretty much still the same, so I'm going to skip through all the beginning tutorial stuff, but I know the first thing we need to do for sure is we need to get the basic primary. So if you're new to the game and you wonder what's the very first thing you need to do, you need to go to the campaign, you need to get yourself boots and gloves with the correct primary. Boots being with a speed primary and gloves being either a crit rate, probably crit rate in the beginning for your main person, or crit damage. These two pieces alone are going to help you out a whole ton, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. Also, since this is going to be a project which is going to take a lot of time, I am going to be streaming a good amount of this project. So if you would like to watch me, I'm going to be live at twitch.tv/Darth Microtransaction. I'll have a pinned comment in the description. I recommend coming by. You can actually see the thought process live, ask some questions, or purely just see me struggle as I go through trying to, defeat the free-to-play. It's not going to be easy for me. I'm used to welling out, so now I actually have to play the game legitimately, and it's probably going to be fun to watch. Here we hope for speed boots, and let's see what we can get here. If we get speed boots, that's a really great start. There is some RNG to the gear you get in the beginning. See, there we go. We got speed boot, check that out. Speed with attack percentage, HP percentage, and crit rate. That almost could not be better, only if it had like crit damage or something. But this is automatically going to be something we're going to take to max level, so that's a great start. A few basic things about this account. We are not going to be hoarding, meaning I'm not hoarding ancients, I'm not holding voids or sacreds for the 2x. I'm going to be opening them as we get them, okay? This is not going to be a max efficiency account. This is going to be playing in what is, my opinion, the standard gameplay from people. I think if you're free to play and you play casually and you're just trying to get through the game, when you get one ancient shard, they're so few and far between, you're excited, and most people, I believe, open them just to try to get something to help you in the beginning, okay? Maybe once we get to where we can actually clear Ultra Nightmare or something, build one of Dead Wood Jedi's teams, perhaps. He's fantastic with Clan Boss. I recommend checking him out. Then maybe we'll start hoarding. But for now, we're going to be opening everything as we get it. And yep, this does absolutely include mystery shards, because there are some uncommons proven by Mr. Cold Brew. Shout out to him. They're pretty good. And that's not one of them. Also, these free gifts mean so much more on this account when 25,000 silver actually levels a piece of gear, and the brews are actually fairly important. To give you an idea, look, we got brews, right? So now what we can do is we can just go to the tavern, unlocks, oh, we can't even do that, unlocks the level 6. Look, see, this is why I need to do a free to play. Somebody asked me the other day, what's the fastest way to just level your player level, like your overall character profile level? As it stands, I do believe the fastest way is just leveling food or leveling champions, basically, from your inventory. I believe that's the way that calculates the experience the most. Now, I don't know this for a fact because I haven't data mined this or anything, but I would say that that's probably the fastest way. Also, there is one boss I'm kind of worried about in the free-to-play, which, I mean, obviously the Nightmare Macabre is difficult. But the one I'm actually worried about was fairly early. Bad El Khazar gave me problems, as well as the other guy, the weird, Mr. Meesinks looking fella. All right, we got a couple more pieces of gear, and it's actually not too bad. Our weapon here is crit rate and attack once again. I'm going to go ahead and start leveling this guy again. If we can get more crit rate already, that'd be fantastic. Really, your first goal on a character, come on, we'll attack. Your first real kind of thing you're trying to do on your main character is get 100% crit rate, basically, because you want crit all the time. Then you can jack up the crit damage. See, that's a bummer. That's a bad row. But you can jack up the crit damage after that. And then if you're jacking up the crit damage really high, then you can do the attack afterwards. You know what I mean? You can really start to get your farmer, the one hitting the waves. So really, we're looking for crit rate as much as possible. It'll be quite a big deal. We are going to replace... Oh, you know what? That was a huge mistake. What I needed to do is just destroy it. I got to get used to destroying it, not removing it, okay? So we learned one thing already from the free-to-play. I don't even know... Well, okay, I'll tell you what. We'll try leveling it. We'll see, because the crit damage could be good. I don't like leveling this, though, but even for the flat stats, I suppose, at this early, even the HP or defense could be good so far. You can see we don't have much silver, so these are really costly. Hopefully we get that one. All right, there we go. That's okay. We got one crit damage row. So we're getting pieces, but now we need to go get those crit rate gloves. Also, I mentioned earlier that I really, really like charge-based characters. If you look here, he's also a charge-based character too, as an uncommon. So I'm probably going to slide him in for some basic use right in the beginning in case I don't pull anybody else that, fits on the team. I'm not sure if this is a new character. Sorry, my cat's bumping the mic here. Or if this is somebody I just haven't seen before. But when we book this character anyway, that's a lot of books required. So you get a lot more damage. And you also get 25% chance of a stun on basic. But the second move is interesting. He heals the ally with lowest HP by 40% of this champion's HP. That's a lot. Completely fills the target's turn meter if the ally is fully healed. this champion's turn meter cannot be filled by this skill, meaning you can't heal yourself and then, do the wombo combo. But it goes down to 3 turns. With reflex gear, considering it's the only thing other than a basic attack, that means this character might almost work like Thrawn from Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, where you can continually feed turn meter. So I'm going to level her too, because I think there's something there. And on the very next one, we got Conqueror. So now we have Commander and Conqueror. That's, Command and Conquer, right? That's kind of funny. Shout out to Oh Mike Goodness, the Command and Conquer dev, friend of mine. But look at this one too. Attacks an enemy, removes 2 random buffs from the target, goes down to a 2-turn cooldown as Conqueror. So that might be okay for the magic keep when we need magic potions. Attacks an enemy, enemies killed by the skill cannot be revived as well. So if we run into some reviving type of stuff we need to deal with, that might be able to help as well. The problem is he takes a lot of books, it looks like, in order to get the cooldowns and all that. And I don't see us pulling this character that many times, but this is somebody I think we're going to keep and not throw as food, just primarily because of the removing buffs can be useful. And here we are fighting our first boss, which is I think where we're going to wrap up this episode. I am aiming for these episodes. Here you go, the lore of the game that literally no one cares about. And here we go with the new champion, Warpriest, but more importantly, it's the gear that we care about. We really want these to be crit rate or crit damage gloves. We got attack percentage, that's a bummer. We need these to be speed boots, HP, that's a bummer. And now, obviously, we're just looking for decent stats on these, so that's not good. Attack percentage chest with double defense flat attack, that's not very good either. We got crit rate there on the shield, so that has a chance to do something. And then we have crit damage with attack and HP there, that's okay as well. So we do have a couple pieces here. Probably not going to use the weapon because we already have a 4-star weapon. This is 3-star, so the flat attack is not going to be as high. But this shield has a chance to get crit rate, so we're probably going to end up rolling on that to see where we go. We also have another mystery shard here, which at this point in the game is extremely important. So we're going to go ahead and open that mystery shard, see what happens. Another common. I wonder how long it's going to take until we get Death Hound. But that here is where we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for today. This was a pretty good start, I believe. Thanks for watching. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when the actual next one of these comes out. I'm probably going to be aiming for these to be more 20 to 25 minute longer episodes, walking through my thought process and what I'm doing. But again, I'm going live now, and you can catch me live at twitch.tv/Darth Microtransaction if you would like to see this live. Join the Discord down below to talk to the Whale Pod. Love y'all, and I'll see you on the next video.